We're still in the midst of a deep recession that was years in the making, and it will take time to fully turn this economy around. I realize that none of this is much comfort for Americans who are still out of work or struggling to make ends meet. And there are still differences to be reconciled. So if you're willing to put country before party and the interests of our children above our own, if you refuse to settle for a politics where scoring points is more important than solving problems, and if you believe, as I do, that America can still come together to do great things, then join us. We know we still have a lot to do in conjunction with the nations around the world to strengthen the rules governing financial markets and ensure that we never again find ourselves in the precarious situation we found ourselves in just 1 year ago. It also now represents something more. Whether or not we as a nation are capable of tackling our toughest challenges, if we can serve the national interest despite the unrelenting efforts of the special interests, if we can still do big things in America. While credit may be more available for large businesses, too many small business owners are still struggling to get the credit they need. The job losses we were experiencing earlier this year have slowed dramatically. We're still not creating enough new jobs each month to make up for the ones we're losing. But too many of our neighbors are still out of work because the growth we've seen hasn't yet translated into all the jobs we need, and take steps to prevent a repeat of the crisis from which we're still recovering. And that's why I've proposed a series of financial reforms that would much to celebrate this Christmas. A message of peace and brotherhood that continues to inspire. Too many of the folks I've talked with this year and whose stories I read in letters at night tell me that they've known their own private recession since long before economists declared one, and they still feel the recession long after economists have declared it over. 1 in 10 Americans still can't find work, and millions more are working harder and longer for less. Our mission isn't just to grow the economy, it's to grow jobs for folks who want them and ensure. And while yesterday we learned that the unemployment rate has dropped below 10% for the first time since summer, it's still unacceptably high, and too many Americans still can't find work. But still, there were differences. Let's show our citizens that it's still possible for Washington to look out for the people's interests and the people's future. As a nation, we are engaged in many important endeavors: improving the economy, reforming the healthcare system, encouraging innovation in energy and other growth industries of the 21st century, all while still in the midst of 2 wars. But what they show is that we're a nation still capable of doing big things. While there's no doubt we still face a long journey together, with more steps to take, more obstacles to overcome, and more challenges to face along the way, if there's one thing on which the people of this great country have convinced me, it's that the United States of America will recover stronger than before. But people are still hurting.